The world is full of financial experts telling you all kinds of different things. You got bonds, you got index funds, you got dollar cost averaging, rule of 72, gotta save for life, kids, make $1 million, save for the future, make sure you have a rainy day fund, save at least 6 months of your salary. What? Look, I get it. Personal finance can be a really scary place. And if you're not a budget guy like me, it can get really complicated. My wife and my son call me Budget Brooks. Roll that B-roll.
Mandy, what do y'all call me about finances?
Budget Brooks.
Told you.
There's a ton of advice out there. People like to make their living off saying what's right, what's wrong. That's not my goal. There's a bunch of advice out there, but I'm going to give you what I've learned over the last 20 years and what I've come to put into use using the 80-20 principle to get the most bang for your buck in rules of finance. I mean, I even studied finance in college, actually. I have a finance degree. These rules have been life-changing for me. Are they the only rules out there? Absolutely not. But by using these rules, I'm able to get the most amount of results with the least amount of effort, and that's what I'm all about, as well as getting the name Budget Brooks. All right, let's dive right into these things. First one that I still use to this day, and I'm teaching my son this. It's the 3-day rule. Let me tell you why I use it. So when you get a home loan for your house, there's a 3-day right of rescission. When you sign those loan documents, you have 3 days to decide, is this really what you want to do? And the deal can be backed out of. I do the same thing with purchases. Now, you choose the dollar amount that you want to do it with. Is it purchases over $100 or over $50? Is it over $1,000? It doesn't matter. Choose your rule. You can do it with literally any purchase that's out of your ordinary weekly expenditures like food, gas, whatever, rent. You can do it anything above and beyond that. Give yourself 3 days. If there's something that you want, ask yourself, do I really want this item? Let 3 days pass. If you still want that item and you feel it's within your budget, go for it. Make the purchase. There's so many times though that after the 3 days have passed, I'm like, man, I don't even need this, or I don't need it now, or let me just let more time pass and let's see if I need it off into the future. This will save you so much money. All right, next up is the rule of 72. So you know that compound interest is important, that you make interest on money that you save, that you pay interest on money that you borrow. But have you ever really wondered, man, well, how fast am I making money? How does this work? Rule of 72 is the easiest way to figure this type of thing out. It shows you how long does it take for your money to double.
Howdy, partner. You want to get in on that bull market? Gotta watch out for them bears. Hey, now you can trade stocks yourself. We ain't gotta worry about the suits of Wall Street, so click that link down below, get you a free stock. Disclaimer, this ain't no investing advice.
Approximately, if you're saving money. So let's say you can make a 10% rate of return in interest. You divide 72 by that interest, by 10, and that gives you 7.2 years. About 7.2 years, your money will double. Let's say you're making 8% interest. Divide 72 divided by 8, that should be 9. So approximately 9 years for your money to double. Rule of 72. So everyone has normal expenses on a monthly basis, things that we have to use, and you have to use them repeatedly, right? Maybe it's paper towels, toilet paper, things that you use. Do one of two things. Figure out how you can either put these on a recurring purchase cycle, or 2, buy them in bulk. If you buy these things in bulk and you can figure out how to do it and save 15% by buying in bulk or by putting them on recurring like on Amazon, based on the pricing model, if you can save that 15%, it's the same. It's the exact same as taking cash and making 15% rate of return. It's tough to make a 15% rate of return on your money. So if you can do it by getting a discount, it is the exact same thing. Just psychologically, it feels different, but it's the same as making that money. I'm going to take a moment. Quick note, if you'd rather read these and see a few more, I'll include a link to an article down below where I actually include these in an article that I wrote. And also, I'll give you 100 money-making ideas if you want to check that out too. Back to the show. Next rule is to aim to save and give 10% of your income. Now, you may not can start right away with 10% with giving that money away or even saving 10%. Make that your goal to get to the point where you can do both of these things. By saving at least 10% of your income, you're obviously saving for the future, and giving away 10% of your money is good for you. It's just good. You're going to know that in life, there's always people that are less fortunate than you are. And it reminds me when I give away a portion of our income, it reminds me that resources are not finite, that money comes, money goes, it's going to continue to flow. And also it helps me have a bigger mindset, not a closed off mindset. And it just feels good. That's like an added piece that you just can't put a financial figure on. It just feels right and it feels good. Use credit cards, but use them wisely. You need to learn to responsibly use a credit card. There's so many things to say about this. So every purchase we make goes on either a personal credit card or a business credit card. A few of the rules you should know. 1, set up automatic payments. 2, pay your payments in full every month. If you can do these 2 things, you will actually make income by using credit cards. You'll make money. You'll make special offers where you open up a credit card. You'll also make percentage cash back. Like this one is 2% cash back on just everything, every purchase consistently. So for every $100, we're making $2. So $20 per $1,000 spent. That's money made by using a credit card. Bonus on the credit cards. You may not know this, but if you have a child, you can get a credit card in their name, get the card, put it in your drawer. They don't even have to use it, but it's going to help build their credit. This is a finance hack that's worth you watching this video. I surely hope you at least made it to this point. Next rule is to negotiate discounts where you can. Now look, you don't have to be negotiating everywhere you go and trying to do deals and get free stuff or whatever. In fact, I'm kind of nervous. I think my wife would say that I'd probably like to do this, but no, I'm pretty nervous on that.
Budget Brooks.
Told you.
It makes me feel strange, but to get out of your comfort zone and negotiate a little bit is really cool. Why not ask for a potential discount? Hey, do you have any discounts for this? Or hey, can you offer me a discount? Or hey, what if I purchase this alongside this? Could you offer me a deal? By doing that, if the answer is yes on the other end and you save any amount of money whatsoever, you saved that money by just asking the question. All right, this next rule is a biggie. People try to beat the stock market all the time. There's so many studies that have shown that people cannot. They just very rarely can professionals even that spend all their days and hours investing beat the average return of the stock market. So what does that mean? It means if you're going to invest in the stock market, which I highly recommend, you should invest in index funds. Why? Because the cost of them is very low. All they do is they mimic the entire stock market. For example, the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the US, and it automatically invests in those companies and keeps itself correlated with the stock market. So you don't have to be the one to try to pick the winners and pick the ones that are going to grow. You're going to grow with the stock market over time. And historically, you're looking at between 8 and 10% depending on what data and figures that you look at. So if you're watching this video, you're probably into potentially real estate investing. So next up, watch this video about Airbnb investing pros and cons. And I've got a whole playlist on that you can actually go through. That'll be an interesting watch for you next. Talk soon.